Get ready. Out There Winning podcast starts in 4 minutes and 39 seconds. Be sure to like and subscribe. There's still time to share with your friends. We will be live in 3 minutes. Minutes. Like, subscribe, and share. Be sure to comment for live answers during the podcast. We will see you in studio in 30 seconds. And now for the show. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the podcast Out There Winning. Today we have a Community Impactors show for you, and we are here with Taunya Jones and Valerie Scott, the Dubois Community Center.
Yeah, welcome to the show. If y'all had an opportunity to make sure you share, like, subscribe to YouTube and or Facebook.
Okay, we'll go ahead and start the show off. For those of us, or those watching, I know what Dubois Community Center is because I've played ball there my whole life.
Right.
I've seen all the upgrades.
Yeah.
But tell us a little bit about the center.
Well, a lot of people say that they have played ball there all these years, but a lot of people don't know that there used to be a school there. So there was a school that went all the way down to the bottom of Hamilton, and the gym is the only thing that's left. So that has been through 2 renovations. So I've been here, I was in Montgomery County for the first renovation, and I've been president during the second renovation. So right now we have the gym that we've renovated, the upstairs part, and we rent that out for parties and basketball and family reunions. But we have a whole bottom part that we're trying to work on to get renovated. And I have this dream that we have a WEB Dubois space where everyone belongs, that we can have tutoring space and just space for the kids to hang out. There's no place for the kids to just hang out, do anything. So we want to get that bottom fixed so that we can have that space too.
Constructively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you're the president of the community center, right?
I am the president of the community
And
center.
Miss Valerie, you're the
I'm the treasurer.
Treasurer.
And I'm the chairperson of the education committee, and I do a lot of programming, write grants,
Yep.
and things like that.
That's
And
not
we're-
easy. Grant writing's not easy.
It is
No,
not.
it's not easy, but it's rewarding.
absolutely yeah.
Rewarding.
And we're a 4-person board, and we both have full-time jobs. So it's
Right.
like, I leave Moorhead, I go straight to Dubois. We're opening up for renters and, tarping the floor and doing all the menial jobs too. So
Right.
it's a full-time job.
Right. So
On top
she
of
had
our
more.
full-time
Miss
job.
Valerie, what do you do? When you're not at Dubois, what's your full time?
Well, I'm a human resource professional. I work for the VA and work for the U.S. Forest Service over the years, Job Corps. And so I am a 36-year federal employee.
Wow. Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. So, what, ladies, what made you decide? Hey, I want to impact our community. Give us a little bit of background on that.
Well, I've been impacting community since I left the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. I went to work for the Forest Service and lived in Rolla, Missouri, and got a member of the NAACP there. It's a small community, very few minorities, and that was my first organization, along with Delta Sigma Theta sorority, that I was in. And I was looking at some paperwork last night, and I saw something in 1992 where I was leading an action for Rodney King.
Okay.
And had written a letter to the congressman about no justice, no peace, and how we felt about that action. And so we've been everywhere we go, from Missouri to Virginia, and all the different, organizations, church, with my kids growing up in Boy Scouts and basketball, football, just everything.
Wow.
We've been impacting the community
Yeah.
a lot.
I like how she threw in that little Delta in there, right? You know, you want to represent for them Deltas down there, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a member of Sigma Gamma Rho
Oh,
sorority.
okay.
Divine Nine.
I'll throw my little piece
Yeah.
out
But
there
I was
too.
gonna say,
Yeah, we
okay.
sisters.
Yeah, there we go.
I think we need to clap off.
But I'm born and raised in Montgomery County, and my dad was on the first board of Dubois.
Okay,
So
yeah.
it's just the family tradition, and I've seen such positive things come out of Dubois, and I just want to keep that alive.
Right.
So, my kids are always like, Mom, you're always doing this for Dubois, you're doing this for all the kids. And I'm like, but it's something that I enjoy. I wouldn't have it any other way. I work with the Black and Hispanic Achievers here in Montgomery County. So I just want our kids to have a fair shake at the world.
Right.
We always say that we're trying to get our kids to college, but we're trying to get them to college for free. So we're trying to provide different avenues and scholarships for them to get there. So,
Gotcha.
And hopefully they will go to college and they'll come back home. If the atmosphere is right and they feel welcome back into Montgomery County, they'll come back. But a lot of times our kids go to other places. So We want to
Absolutely.
see them back home.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, you guys are doing a big celebration coming up this weekend, and let's say that some of our listeners have been living under a rock and they have no clue what Juneteenth is. Tell us a little bit about what that is, and then how the celebration is going to go.
Yeah, Valerie, if you want to start.
Our first Juneteenth in Montgomery County started in 2019. Charles Jones sent us an email and said, I think Winchester was doing something, and he wanted to see what can Mount Sterling do. So we started a small program then, and from there it expanded. And so Juneteenth nationally is celebrated, started in Texas, where people were not free because they didn't know. And not just Texas. People say they think it's just Texas. Not just Texas.
Yeah.
Kentucky is one, Mississippi and Arkansas, but it's widely known for Texas.
Yeah.
So it's almost like saying we not free until we all free.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And so when we declared that, we came and celebrated that because we wanted to not miss anybody. We didn't want to leave people out. We didn't want to say the Emancipation Proclamation was the one that freed everybody, and that is not true.
Right.
And so with the celebration, it's like we are remembering the past and empowering ourselves for the future. Mm-hmm. And what does freedom mean?
Right.
And we trying to get across to everyone. It takes everybody, white, black, yellow, green, everybody, because freedom, it takes people to give us to have opportunity. Mm-hmm. To all we want is the opportunity, and there's so much opportunity that is not given to us. Some of us sometimes do not even demand it. We kind of like always thinking that they're not going to do anything for us and this and that, and we don't do the things that we need to do, as in voting, speaking up, speaking out, showing up to meetings, being on different, committees and organizations. And so that was freedom is all about. And so when we gather together, we have to understand what is the assignment of our ancestors. Not just black ancestors, white ancestors, because there's a lot of white people, especially like Quakers, who supported the movement of enslavement, getting us out that enslavement system. And so they put a lot, especially the guy from Sears Roebuck.
Yeah, Julius Rosenwald. which Du Bois is a Julius Rosenwald school.
Right. You see the sign up there.
Yeah.
And what is that, Taunya?
So if you look back at Julius Rosenwald, which I think 4 years ago, they had the Jewish committee in Lexington had this showing of his movie. Mm-hmm. And I went to see it at El Kentucky Theater. And I was just like, wow, this is amazing. And this is what our Du Bois is a Julius Rosenwald school. So, basically what he did is he pledged $25,000, and then the black communities had to get the white communities to buy in with $25,000, and then they had to raise $25,000. Now, he was the owner of Sears and Roebuck, and right at that time, you could buy a house from the Sears catalog.
Right.
So he provided the furnishings for the schools. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times, if you look back at these Julius Rosenwald schools, you see that they all look kind of like they're, one story, type of deal, and they house maybe from, 5th grade to 12th grade, or even 1st grade to 12th grade. And so I was watching the movie, and it was like so many African American people were part of his journey. And it was like he helped people with scholarships and money to do,
oh yeah, Charles Drew.
Oh God, Charles Drew gave him $1,000 so he could finish his college. And it was just people like that. It was just so many people, and I was like, wow, how did we not know this? This is part of history.
Right.
So, and he always knew that, he had a plight as a Jewish man, and he kind of sympathized with the African American. Mm-hmm. And his philosophy was give while you live. So he wanted to give his money while he was still living. And he wanted all his money to be gone by the time that he died.
Can't take it with you.
Can't take it
That's
with you.
right.
That's
Cannot
right.
take it with you.
And my grandmother lived to be 100, and she always told us her school was a Rosenwald. Mm-hmm. I never knew what that meant. I don't know. She never explained it. Mm-hmm. I didn't know him until that
Yeah.
Taunya came back, and I said, I know Rosenwald. That's grammar school. I didn't
Yeah.
even know the name of the guy. I didn't know what it came from.
Yeah.
And he went to Alabama, University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, all the schools, the Kentucky State, and those teachers, all of those teachers were the Rosenwald teachers. So he invested in a lot of the 1890 land grant
Yep.
institutions.
Yep.
And so that's what I mean by the ancestors.
Yes.
What is his assignment? And he gave a lot
He
to
gave
the
a
assignment
lot.
to us, to all of us.
Yeah.
Right.
And so we're asking all of us to understand what is the assignment of people. Do they want us to have opportunities?
Yeah.
What the message that they want to send to our mayor, our governor, our president, everybody, is to give people opportunity. And the ancestors are talking to us, African Americans, that you have to go out and get it. Yes, you see the dogs. You see all the water, how they did us. You see what we had to go through. You don't have to go through that. You shouldn't have to go through.
Right.
So what is your assignment now?
Yeah.
And so
Right.
that is something when we gathered on Sunday that we're going to have to come together and remember, because family reunions started after slavery when they tried to find each other.
Right.
And then once they
Right.
begin to find each other and have these yearly reunions, that's what all that was all about. You notice how we don't do that as
We don't
often.
do that as much now. Yeah.
So all
Because
that-
everybody's so far away.
So far away, and they
Yeah.
don't see the structure of what we've been through and the togetherness, and the old
Well, we've
people
lost
kept
the
us
structure
together.
of family.
Yeah, the
We really
family.
have.
Yes.
And, that's something, that we have found out. I hate to take this away from
No, go
the
ahead.
Fine.
weekend, but we found out through COVID, that kids didn't have places to study. To do their homework.
Right.
Okay. So we had a campaign where we started building desks so that each one of them could get a desk. Because we were like, where do you do your study? In my bed.
In my bed.
So you're Zooming with your class laying in your bed.
Right.
So do you study at the kitchen table? No, I don't have a kitchen table. Where do y'all eat? We don't eat together.
Living room.
Yeah. The families
In my
do not
room,
eat
yeah.
together. And when I grew up, we always ate dinner, breakfast and dinner together.
Right.
And so we started building these desks, and then, after we started building them, I started painting them, personalizing them for the kids, so they had a space to do their homework. And so it's just things like that pop up that we, I think Valerie saw it on a morning show or something. Some community was doing it, so we took that on and gave out the desk. But it's just simple things like that. What are you doing to help the people in your community, even if it's something small like a desk to study at?
Very impactful.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
are you doing to help your community? So
A desk means a lot to somebody who don't have one.
exactly.
It's
Exactly.
It's true.
And the kids were so happy because, I personalized, I put the names on them, and then I put an educational quote
Oh, that was
at the
beautiful.
bottom of it,
Yep.
So hopefully they'll have them for years and pass them down to their kids, but at least we gave them a space to work, and then we upgraded our network, our internet, so that, even if we weren't open, they can sit in the parking lot and still have access, because we found out during COVID that area of the town had hardly no internet access, so, it's just the small things that you do to help your community.
Right. I know when during that time, like obviously during COVID, like you said, one of the big things was internet, right? You didn't have internet and throughout the entire county, and,
Yes.
and folks, when I say folks, I'm talking about kids, right? We're getting left behind.
Oh, yeah.
You're getting left behind, and,
Yeah.
you have, some of your, obviously some of your folks in the higher offices could help do that, but no, providing internet, providing desks,
Yeah.
doing little stuff, it just helps
Yeah.
overall impact the community, and it impacts it in such a small way, but the outcome is huge.
It
Yeah.
expands.
Yeah.
It's huge, and those
got
kids are going to remember that.
And something
they're
we
going to remember
also
that.
did, we opened up Dubois so that the teachers from Mount Sterling Elementary came and helped the students with their homework,
Oh, yeah.
like once a week. And if you could see those kids' faces when they got to see their teacher,
Yeah.
and knowing that their teacher cared enough to come out and help them with their homework,
Yeah.
we had a ball. I mean, the kids just had a ball. We gave them, something to eat, and but we opened up our facility for that reason.
Right.
And it wasn't costing us anything. We don't usually rent till after 6 anyway. But
Right.
that was a small thing that we were doing to help.
But that's an impact. And you think
Yeah.
about 60 years ago, August be 60 years,
Yeah.
how they burned the school down.
Right.
And then you think about 60 years later, what big impact the Dubois is to the community, to everybody.
now.
Everybody.
And so that is the love, and that is what we, the ancestors, want us to do. And that's why, we want people to support this Dubois Community Center, because it's about the community. That I think we are the only gym that opens it up to the young people. The schools that used to do it, they don't do that anymore.
Right.
And so we open our gym up for a whole lot. We can have
God.
a tournament one weekend, and we can have a bereavement or something, a quinceañera, all
Birthday parties.
Men's league.
men's league.
league.
Yeah.
Even baseball, they've been into
Yes.
catching. I mean, soccer. I mean,
Yeah.
it's utilized a lot, and so we are a major impact to this community. And anytime we have Juneteenth, Father's Day, Mother's Day, Native American Month, everything that we try to do, we try to reach everybody in this community. And we just
And
had
outside
Pride
community,
Month.
yeah.
And
When
I
people
was
from Winchester and all surrounding
yeah.
communities use Dubois. So.
Yeah. And when we had Pride Month last year, a couple years ago, I was, kind of disappointed when we had people from the community upset that we just rented the gym to people. And it was like, now it's been like 3 years now, and there's no issues, no problems. But people, and I was proud of Dubois, because we could have caved in, because some people were saying, well, we give y'all money, we do this, we support, we taxpayers do this or that, and y'all rent to these people. And I told Taunya later on, I said, I didn't say this person, but I want to say it wasn't too long ago when y'all didn't want to even talk to me.
Y'all don't
You
want to
didn't want to deal with me. Well, not too long ago, when black folks was like those people.
Yeah.
And then now that over time that diversity and stuff, and then all of a sudden I'm like, man, this is crazy. But we stay strong. We are a organization that is non-discriminatory. We have a statement. We have an EEO statement.
Yes.
And you should have I was thinking to myself, y'all should have an EEO statement
Yeah.
too, for people joining your organizations and different things. But one thing, that's what I like about Dubois, we're strong, and we're going to stay focused, and we're going to support the entire community, and we're not going to let anyone, because we got enough support. When people took money away, other people took
Yeah.
money in.
Yeah.
So yes, we lost some support, but we gained a whole lot.
Yeah.
And you're gonna lose when you try to do the right thing. You're gonna lose some
You're gonna lose
folks.
some,
You're gonna lose some people, but that's okay, because you're gonna get stronger. Because people, even though they're silent, we speak for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I told the school board, and I was meeting at the school board, my last meeting I told them, I said, I may be here by myself. I said, but you don't realize I'm here for a lot of people. There's a lot of people don't feel comfortable in speaking up and speaking out.
It takes
But
a lot to stand
yeah.
in the gap for other people.
Yeah, it does. And I know this is the right thing, what I'm saying, what I'm doing. I said, but I'm going to stand, and I'm going to be here. And but don't think it's just me.
I'm gonna let Akeem take us to a break real quick. Tell us what you're drinking, Akeem.
I'm drinking Dubby. It is all natural hydration and or energy drink. Right now, we're going to take this time to go to some of our sponsors. Out There Winning podcast is brought to you in part by Dubby, your taste buds' favorite energy drink.
Follow your bubby over to Facebook and click on the W. Get a 10% discount with our code Out There Winning. Fishes and Honeycomb Children's Boutique, where every outfit tells a story and every toy sparks imagination.
From beautiful dresses to adorable t-shirts, we have the perfect ensemble for every occasion.
Fishes and Honeycomb Children's Boutique at fishesandhoneycomb.com. Also, follow us on Facebook. Great Yard Prime Wash, Pressure Wash, and Soft Wash Services.
Destroy and grind, one house at a time. Contact Great Yard Prime Wash at greatyardprimewash.com.
Pool Brothers. Turn your backyard into a dream oasis.
Complete pool installations from start to finish. Contact Pool Brothers at poolbrothers.com.
Chill Zone CBD at chillzonecbd.com.
Discover the natural benefits of CBD with our premium products. Whether you're seeking for relaxation, relief, or rejuvenation, our CBD's offering have you covered.
Your journey to natural relief starts at Chill Zone CBD. chillzonecbd.com.
X-Powered Travel.
Escape the ordinary and explore the extraordinary with our travel packages tailored to satisfy every wanderlust. Whether you crave the serenity of pristine beaches, the thrill of vibrant cities, or the awe-inspiring beauty of nature's wonders, we have the perfect destination waiting for you.
X-Powered Travel at xpoweredtravel.com. Next Level Entertainment.
Elevate your event to the next level with our premier mobile DJ services. Whether you're planning a wedding, corporate event, birthday bash, or any special occasion, our professional DJs are here to keep the party rocking all night long.
Find us on Facebook at Next Level Entertainment.
Hello, everybody. We are back, and we have some more info about the Dubois Community Center. I think we're going to talk about what's going on. Did you guys say on Friday?
Friday we have a Art and History Expo, and what the art is all about is through expression of feelings, and there's so much talent in our community. You know how a small town, you go to these big cities and show your art. Mm-hmm. But we got Lexington people coming here to Mount Sterling, and we got our own folks here, talented people going to show their art. We have a lot of history information that we're going to show. We're just going to showcase a lot of African American art, irregular art. We have just young people, pottery. Yeah, we have all different types of art. And so people are going to come. We have Vidra Doughted, one of our best cooks in town. And Vidra's going to be doing refreshments. And it's going to be really nice.
And it's this Friday?
This Friday from 6 to 8 p.m.
Okay.
And then on Sunday, we're going to have our soul food celebration.
Okay.
Like we do a big soul food dinner, fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, green beans.
There.
Desserts.
We're there.
We emphasize like red drinks and red desserts, and that emphasizes the blood and everything that we went through as our ancestors went through.
Sure.
But we'll have that. We'll have our scholarship winners there to showcase them off to the community, and then also we always pray over all of our students.
Absolutely.
Pray over the scholarship winners, the graduates, and all of our youth that are there. Just giving them that extra security, letting them know that we're there as a community for them, and that's something that we need to get back to.
Right.
You know, used to, I don't care where you went on the street, somebody's mama was looking out for you.
Sure, yeah. Takes a village.
It takes a village. So we want to be that safe space for them, and if they have any issues, anything, wants or needs, whether at school, we want them to come back and see us. We want them to come back and volunteer and pour into the next generation.
Right.
Something that I do want to bring up before we leave is our Out of the Ashes project that we have in conjunction with the Gateway Arts Center. We were trying to take this on ourselves. We wanted to do something for the 60th anniversary of the building being burned. So we thought, hey, why don't we interview these people and get their oral histories down before they leave us? Because we just had, Brother George leave us. So there's so much history, that we've lost there. So we're going to do, Gateway Arts Center contacted us after they saw us on Facebook and was like, hey, we think he can help you all out. We've got this grant, we can, record the video for you and, help you all out this way. We'll even help give people something that are doing the video. We're like, great, so they became a partner. And so July 20th, we're asking anybody that went to Dubois, and we've sent out invitations twice, but anybody that went to Dubois, anybody that has any information about Dubois, be it graduation programs, diplomas, just pictures, to bring them down to the Art Center, and they're going to scan everything, digitize everything for us, so we'll be able to have copies of that. And and I think before, we've always asked for this before, but I think people are hesitant, and they think that we want them to give us their stuff, and we're always like, no, we don't want you to get, we just want to take a picture of it, and we'll give it right back to
we
you.
We want to record it so we can put it on a slideshow,
Yes,
so people can
it.
see your cool stuff.
Yeah, but they don't understand that, so they're helping us out with that. People can bring in their items there, and they can scan everything in, and we'll have it all in one place, because after we're finished, we want to have this video that everybody can look back on and see, and then it's actually going to be placed at the University of Kentucky, so it'll be in the archives for people to go back and
that's
look
awesome.
at.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So we're thankful for the Gateway Art Center help in that, but we hope to focus on the good things that came out of Dubois.
Right.
We don't want to focus on the burning of the gym, and we've been through that 20-some years since I've been on the board. Nobody wants to say who burned it. Nobody knows, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to focus on the happy things from Dubois.
Right.
And we're going to focus on the teachers. Miss Lynetta Pleasant is going to do a display on the teachers that were there during that time. And we just hope people come out and just have a great time. And we really think that the people that are going to be in the video, they're really going to enjoy seeing themselves on the screen. And we've heard lots of stories. Oh my God, the first luncheon, we had stories after stories after stories, and so it'll be cool to have them all in one place.
Yeah.
And then some people do want to talk about a little bit about the burning, because they were small, some were young, and some just wanted to say, I was there and this is what really happened.
Yeah.
Right.
But not to
Implicate
belabor on anybody anything like that, but just to say the truth.
Right.
Because people say, electric fire and all that. No, it was arson. Let's just make it straight. But what come out of the ashes, and I love that title.
Yeah.
What came out of the ashes? And so when I'm at Dubois, sometimes I'll explain to some of the kids where these people come from. This was a school, and their parent will say, "You sure that was a school?
Yeah.
I've been here all my life. That was not a school."
I've only known it as Dubois. We play ball at Dubois.
Exactly. No.
And my life's only 41 years old.
Yeah,
That was 60
yeah.
years ago.
And they were like, are you sure? I say, yes, I'm very sure.
Yeah.
And so people don't know the history. And they was like, why didn't they teach us that in school? I said, well, they didn't want you to know. I said, but, people is how we deal with the information.
Yeah.
Right.
And so it's just an education, that people know that they're, the children to know that they had a great education, we had a great community, and what have come out of these ashes.
Right.
This wonderful building that we have now that has been renovated, we hoping that we get another grant to do the bottom. We just need the community support, and I'm thinking we should have, especially during COVID money, we should have gotten more funding and more support. So we still praying for that we get support from our current governor to renovate the bottom half for our educational program. Yeah. So is anyone listening here who can have an impact?
Here's what I was going to ask.
Impact on
Have you guys got an estimate of what it cost?
Yes.
Yes. It's probably going to be like $300,000 to redo the bottom.
So $300,000 redo the bottom. If there's anybody out there,
yes,
that just needs to come up with
some money to get
tax deductions.
Yes.
Hop in, help these ladies out. Let's help this community out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a community.
It's a community, right? And I wanted to kind of stress that because, we both been here for a long time. We related, and so forth. But we also want to try to cut the stigma out. It's not the Dubois community. It's everybody.
Right.
Everybody's included. From Jeffersonville, if you live in Montgomery County or outside of Montgomery County, this is a community that that everybody is welcome to come to, participate in.
But if you look at the demographics,
You're a regional
when you
center.
were a child who lived in that area versus who lives in that area now, it's totally different.
Right.
Totally different.
Well, I remember junior pro, our basketball days.
Oh yeah.
We would play games there.
My son used to play.
You know,
Practices,
like,
everything, yeah.
And if it wasn't because of that gym, we didn't have access to, you know, the Miller Building or the high schools or whatever. Dubois was a place where we could go and play basketball, you know, and do whatever else. You know, we held a couple birthday parties there, and I remember our. They did a little dance there and so forth, and
You're back in
Pageants.
pageants, all that.
We had
Like, I
pageants,
remember a lot of stuff.
When we were growing up, like almost every weekend, like let's say like middle school or late
Yeah.
elementary, middle school, every weekend, some little girl was having a dance.
Yeah.
You know, for a birthday party.
Yeah.
So I mean, a lot of those were up there in the, you know, the different places in town. But yeah, it was
Yeah.
I mean, I can be grateful and thankful for what Dubois Community Center had an impact, you know, on my life. So.
Yeah.
I think
Absolutely.
we all can look back
Yeah.
and see, you know, different areas. Because, like I said, I was up there because my dad was up there, so
Right.
I knew what I was getting into
Sure.
being on the board.
Yeah.
I knew that I was going to be up there cleaning and mopping floors, cleaning the bathrooms, and doing all the extra stuff after things are over with. So, and I think at one point in time, my mother was like, "We about to get a divorce over this Dubois community.
Right.
You spend so much time up there," but I know that people that were on that board had such a love for the kids at
Yeah.
that time, and kids needed a safe space, and they still do today. They need a safe space to do these things.
maybe more than ever.
Right.
And the education of the community garden has just been
Oh
absolutely.
yeah, talk a little bit about that.
We started our garden 2024 about a month ago.
Shout out to Mr. Glenn
Mr. Glenn,
Scott,
right.
right?
He was working hard up there.
Mr. Glenn,
He was up there working hard, sweating.
yeah, he's very,
Very
passionate.
particular.
Passion- yeah.
He's
He's very
particular,
passionate,
very
and he's so
yeah.
good with the kids. He's just wonderful, and he just really sticks with it.
Right.
And, you know, it's hard to maintain, but he sticks with it, and it's just a blessing to have him up there. And the garden is flourishing. The rain that we had in the past
yes.
30 days, he didn't. You know, we went out of town to Arkansas for a week, and
And it rained.
it rained
every day.
Every day. We come back, and you can
Vicious.
see that God is just so good.
Yeah.
And we feed so many people.
Right.
We feed the community. Even the rabbits. We out there the rabbits.
They can get theirs.
The critters, people. So
They like Mr. Glenn too. Huh?
so it's a blessing,
Raccoons.
and to teach kids. I remember
Right.
Deacon Johnson one year was teaching, and we had all these kids, and they didn't have a clue about the cucumbers, where they come from. He asked them where they come from, Kroger's,
Right.
and then and it's just amazing. They look at it and they just look.
Yeah, we grew broccoli the first year, and they were like, "That's
amazed.
what it looks like coming out of the ground." And
Yeah.
And didn't know the potatoes come out the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't realize the carrots was in the ground when they
Yeah.
was pulling them out. They was like, ooh.
Right.
So it's an education,
Yeah.
and it didn't make a impact at that moment. But I'm telling you, these kids are older now.
yeah.
They remember, and they still there, and they have made a big impact on them.
See,
So
we always try to teach them, and then so that they don't know they're being taught. So we would make them go work in the garden. Then they have to do so many, times in the gym on Sunday. We had open gym. We'd have cooking stuff up there, and then at the end of the season, we would take them to something fun. So first time we took them to. See the Lion King, and
Louisville.
they got to dress up. We had a charter bus, and we went to see the Lion King, and then again, Jordan Campbell comes through with us again, knows somebody that's in the show in Louisville, and we get a backstage pass. And so they get to talk to, the
All the actors and
everything. So it was
everybody.
like a big thing. But, all of them would come. They would come to open gym on Sunday. The boys would play ball. The girls would cook. The boys would come in and steal something, every now and then. They'd mix a little bit.
Yeah.
They'd go back out and play ball. But just teaching them, hey, if you're in here, you got to clean up. And
Got
you're
to
gonna have to,
participate.
you're gonna have to put the ingredients together and learn how to read the measurements. And so even when they didn't know they were learning, they were learning.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so then we'd have a big etiquette training to teach them how to, how to sit in a regular banquet. And, Greg Waters with Dairy Queen is great. He's always giving to us. And so he would supply the chicken strips, and then we would pull carrots out of the garden. I'm not eating that. And I'm like, oh, we're gonna make glazed carrots. You know, you put a little sugar on something, they'll eat anything.
That's good.
So we made glazed carrots from the garden.
Zucchini bread.
Yeah, zucchini bread, chocolate zucchini bread. They didn't even know that zucchini was in there. But we had salads, you know, so we'd get the tomatoes out of the garden, the cucumbers out of the garden. So getting them to taste what they grew was a big part of it too.
Right.
You know, so they didn't even know that they were learning
Now,
at that
you,
point.
you had etiquette class. Do you know which fork goes where?
Yeah.
I know.
I do.
We've had to do it too.
We even taught them. Now, this is something that I don't know if it was you or if it was whatchamacallit.
So when we went down to the
We went to
banquet.
the Black Achievers
Oh
banquet.
yeah,
Okay.
so the kid got up because they didn't know you had your fork a certain way.
If you
you're done.
put your fork across the top, that means that you're finished.
Okay.
So they could come and take your plate. So people were getting up, going to the bathroom. They come back, their plate was gone. I was like, I wasn't finished eating, and I'm like, yeah, you didn't put your fork where it needed to be. So you know, they started paying attention then.
Yep.
So, but yeah, you know, our kids just don't. They don't get that experience a lot. Like I said,
Right.
they don't eat with their family.
And they don't talk about it
lot.
either.
No.
Families don't talk about
I
it.
remember when I was younger, we were all, you know, the server would come by. They say, you know, how do you want your steak? And people would say, you know, medium or whatever. And I ain't never been
Yeah.
served. I was like, I looked at the server and said, hey, I want it on a plate. You know what I mean? Like what? How else do you get it?
country, just country,
you know what I mean? So, like I like it on a plate.
Yeah, let's put on plate there.
Yeah, yeah. But we want our kids, you know, we have fun with them, but we want them to be able to go to different things and not feel out of place.
Right.
You know?
I had a guy from Moorhead come and ask me, want to meet, and how do you get the young people in the garden? And he said they was trying to start something, but they couldn't understand how Dubois, they saw us on TV, they saw us on Facebook. I said, you see this gym? I said, kids would get engaged and they have to work in the garden.
Yeah.
So we'll have a whole lot of teenagers in the garden. They have to work about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Which all you really need to do the
Yeah.
corn and
Yeah.
all that. And then we let them in the gym. And they play
And then
for
you
free.
know, we might
So,
have pizza or might have
pizza.
something
And you
know,
feed
to
'em.
eat afterwards.
Little
You feed
reward.
them.
I always have a reward, but I told them, I said, having the combination of recreation and all of that, it helps us a lot. And they buy into it, and once they see, and we always show pictures.
Yeah.
So now, all Jordan, them, they're small, they see themselves, they're in college now. So they always come back and always help. We had a cable station came and did a story on us. So I'm telling you, these kids remember, and they appreciate that, and they feel valued, see themselves on TV, to see themselves interviewed. So yeah, this is so impactful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know we talk about we impact, you know, Dubois Computers impacts the entire community, and obviously with numbers, you see consistent kids coming in. Do you know, with the tracking, how many kids actually come through Dubois if there's a number?
We don't track them like that. We track them by contract.
Okay.
And whoever's renting signs the contract.
Okay.
And they usually have about 10 guys playing or whatever, but we just track by counties.
Sure.
So that we can, when we're going after grants, we can say we service
So
this.
yeah, how many counties are we servicing?
All the surrounding counties in
Okay.
Oh
Montgomery
yeah,
County. All
absolutely.
of them.
You got-
we are regional
Nicholas
Yeah,
County has,
Yep.
has a boys team comes in and play.
Yeah.
You know, Fayette County has
We
kids
have,
come in. I mean, that's-
yeah,
Only reason why I
not
ask
just
is 'cause
basketball. We have
that's what I'm saying.
softball and
I see
Soccer.
hundreds of kids and families and events, and every time you ride up there now, there's something going on.
oh yeah,
Yep.
yeah. It
Gateway
always
comes
starts
in the
out there.
daytime too. Gateway
Talk a
community-
little bit about the bricks.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So we just started the brick campaign up again. We started it when we first renovated, and so we have an opportunity for people to buy bricks. Like you can buy a single one with your name on it for $50, or you can buy a bigger. I think it's 8x8, and you can put a logo on it for a business. It's $250.
Gotcha.
So we've had people buy the $250 and put like their whole family, you know,
Name
on
on-
it.
yeah.
But mostly we have like the $50 bricks. So you
in
put it
memory of, or
or
graduate, or in support of Du Bois.
Where they go? Where the bricks go?
In the
They
front.
go out in the front in the building
sure I've
as you're
seen 'em.
coming in.
Yeah.
So you actually see them as you're walking in through the front
And it's a
door.
rail around it too, so
Yeah.
nobody
I'm
can
sure I've
park
seen
there.
them. I just
Look
glaze
down
over.
next
Yeah.
time you go up there. Look down.
Yeah. And so
Look down.
we got some
See 'em.
spaces open,
I'll be there
and
Sunday.
and we
Yeah.
and we opening that back up because during the Juneteenth, we hope to get orders, and also for the Out of the Ashes,
Yeah.
we have a lot of people coming back. We used to have Kentucky Day.
Yeah.
Kentucky Day used to be a big deal here, where a lot of people come from Ohio, from Kentucky,
That
one
lived
year
here
that lived
and then
here.
have moved away, so they came back on Kentucky. I didn't hear about Kentucky. I must be too young for that. I don't know, but
But
that's the only thing I'm too young for. But a lot of people remember that, where they would just come back to Dubois and they would bring meals and share them, and it was kind of like a big family
reunion. That's what it
Yeah.
was, DuBois reunion.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the big things that, like, I'm a historian for the center and for my church and for the family. So I'm very, I keep everything. I store everything and I capture everything. And Mr. George Garrett, I got 3 hours of video with him. And so we'll be sharing that too tomorrow. Of the expo, he was at D-Day. So during D-Day, we
Right.
celebrated this year, just like Mr. Garrett and 5 or 6 more from the Dubois community was on the beach of Normandy. And I didn't know that for a long time. And I
Well,
was
he used to
shocked
tell me stories,
to hear
'cause
about
I don't know if you all are privy to this information, but I was Mr. George's wife.
and I was the
Right.
And
girlfriend.
he was the girl. He was the girlfriend. He said I
He
was his
deserves that
wife.
after being on the beach in Normandy. I tell you that.
He said I was his wife because I was always trying to tell him something, tell him what to do. So, but yeah, he
Yeah, I
was
had the
awesome.
honor to meet Mr. George Garrett. Of course, you know that gentleman right there. I mean, he did everything.
Yeah.
I mean, till the day he passed. I mean, I remember him just walking and driving and mowing his own yard.
I remember
100
him
years
at
old,
Walmart
you know,
flirting with everybody that walked in the door.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he just he was a constant here, and he is so missed. I was at Dubois one day, and I was picking up trash around the front of the building, and he pulls up behind me and says, "Honey, if I knew you was hungry, I would have take you down to Berman's and buy you a sandwich." I was like, "Mr. George, get away from me."
Yeah.
But it was just so good seeing him and just knowing he was around, and he always had a joke about something or was telling you something. But the moment that when the Kiwanis honored him and we had to hide him in the office to keep him out of the gym while they
Yeah.
prepared everything, and he sat down at that desk. And he was back. We said, "Let's take a picture, Mr. George, and play like you're typing on a computer." Oh, I worked on the computer before. And he started telling stories about how he worked in
At the
Moorhead on
railroad. Mhm, railroad.
and he handled this, and it was like it was just all coming back to him, you know.
Yeah.
And you just sit there and listen because this is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next thing you know, he's saying something smart to you or whatever.
Right.
But it was just so much knowledge. So I'm glad that Valerie caught that on tape.
So,
That's
like I say,
awesome.
we'll be honoring, and just to show that how important it is to capture stories of Dubois and different,
Yeah.
different stories.
Because I
and
believe he told
history.
a story how he was actually 17 when he went.
Yeah.
He lied about his age.
Snuck in.
He snuck in.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't.
What many people sneaking in that party?
No,
No.
But that sounds like something he would do.
And also Father's Day coming up, and we're going to
yeah.
be honoring fathers too at the Soul
At
Food
the
Dinner.
Soul Food Dinner.
Yeah.
So just to kind of recap, Friday, what time is Friday?
6:00, 6 to 8, the in History Expo.
Okay,
And then Sunday it's 1 to 3.
1 to 3.
Yes.
Come
At
out, get a
Dubois.
good meal, and just fellowship, see everybody, and congratulate our scholarship winners. Now, something that I would like to say is Arthenia Hawkins, who is the daughter of Arthur and Jane Hawkins, she has been given a scholarship in honor of them every year for the last
Several years.
several years. So when her brother Robert passed away, then she started a scholarship for him. So we have the Arthur and Jane Hawkins scholarship. We have the Robert Hawkins scholarship, and then we have a Dubois scholarship,
Wow.
Dubois Leadership Scholarship. So
We also support the Trent Garrett Scholarship.
Oh,
right,
so
right.
Yeah.
I know that has been given out.
couple
So,
times,
but they handle that. But there's a lot of support
Yeah.
in our community, is surrounded with Dubois. So that's why, sometimes I get tired, then I think about the impact.
Yeah.
It's always the impact. And then
I'm telling you, with the small town, I mean, usually when we ask people to give, they're always willing to give.
Right.
Because they see the good things that we're doing at Dubois. If we weren't doing anything, I'm sure nobody would want to give to us. But they see the things, and I'm not a Facebooker. I'm not a person that takes pictures. I'm more of the in the moment person. But this one here is always taking pictures.
Oh, yeah.
And always on Facebook. And I'm
Always live.
I'm thankful for that because I'm not that person. And she can put that out there and people see, and people tell me all the time, I follow Dubois and I see good things that y'all are doing. And, just like when we had during COVID, we couldn't do our cooking in person, so we were doing cooking through Zoom. And Valerie said, I got a
tie. Somebody tied because she did chocolate zucchini.
Yeah.
And this
It's an
guy
older
was so
gentleman.
impressed with what we were doing. He started tithing to us rather than his church. I don't know, he may have some issues with the church, I don't know. But he wanted to see his money
do good
things. So
Yeah.
he started tithing
Yeah.
Oh wow.
to Dubois.
That's right.
That's awesome.
And then we just got that grant. And we just really seen a big impact. And the grant paid for all these different stroke awareness tests. How you get your arteries
Artery
checked.
check. Yeah.
4 different artery checks through Lifeline screening. Very expensive test, and we were able to get that grant and get folks who came to the health fair sign up.
Yeah, y'all do a lot of good stuff too with
Yeah.
with the health health
and
fairs
some
and
people
health
had an
wellness.
issue they had to follow up, and some people were given some good news, and we have people still lined up for 2 more different opportunities. And so to me that was one of the greatest blessings, because some people don't even know how to get those tests, because they're usually not given unless you referral
Right.
or you had an issue breathing and things like that. But we've been having so many people, especially in the black community, dying of heart attacks. They had
Just
church
dropping.
one
Just dropping,
church
yeah.
one Sunday, they done died the next
Next
Sunday
Sunday, yeah.
of a heart attack or different things,
Just not
strokes,
knowing.
aneurysm. But these tests can show and can see.
If there's any blockages.
And Minister Walker, he's a testimony of those.
Right. It's all about education.
Yeah, and he
It's all
tells us
about
a lot
education.
about your health.
Yeah.
And so that's why we went for that grant, and how we can impact the community by getting more food, more opportunities, more media coverage, more marketing.
I think the
and those
first time we
tests.
had that health fair, we had a resident came up there and we had a display about colon and
cancer.
prostate
Yeah.
cancer, and he had been having some issues and went to the doctor. They found it. He had surgery. He's fine. And
Yep.
so things like that is a win to me.
Yep, just one person.
Just one
We
person
just helped
is a win.
one person.
Right.
And I'm telling you, and that's what that health fair, and we have so many volunteers in this community. Even in the garden, they give us plants. People
Yeah.
call you need some tomato
Oh, Martha.
plants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Martha
Now-
Payne is awesome.
If
Yeah,
somebody
Martha's great.
wants to get involved to help you guys out, or just see what's going on at the Dubois Community Center, where is the best place for them to look, or try to contact you guys? Would Facebook? Do you have the Facebook page?
Facebook online.
Page, yep.
And they just stop by there. They can just stop by, see anybody volunteering in the garden. Taunya's well known here, local.
Okay.
I'm on Facebook a lot, and we get people say, "What can we do to help?"
Yeah.
And it's just, supporting, help during the summer, help with tutoring, anything that people can do to help.
Right.
And just
Somebody's willing, you got something they can do, right?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
We
Absolutely.
we definitely right now in our summer program, because somebody asked us, what is it that I think you may have responded. I put on Facebook, we can work something out with you, especially during the day when the building is not used. Why not have a summer camp?
Right.
A week.
Yep.
3 days.
Yeah.
People are asking, is it going to be a summer
They need
camp,
something
basketball
for the
camp?
kids
We
to
want
do.
our kids
Yeah.
to do. And so I know it's cost for the person to get it together, because you have to have things. But as far as renting our building, it's not going to be that much, because we're not in the business of trying to get a big profit.
Right.
Right.
We're in the business of serving the community.
Right.
So if you all can get the kids and get what you need to do, you can use the building during the day. So it's a win-win for the whole community.
Yeah, we spoke about it. I'm waiting on some of my coaches to get back from vacations and stuff, but I think I know for Midway University, I think we're going to try to come down and host a clinic or a basketball camp and stuff like that. So yeah.
And then we had Deuce Rawls had messaged me, I think after he saw that on Facebook, and said that he was looking to do some kind of training for younger kids, boys, and so we're still working on that.
Okay.
So.
We may have to just link up because then we can all get together and maybe do something.
Anytime we can help anybody do anything for the kids, especially at that time during the day. It's usually not rented until after 6. So, we've got onesie twosies like Kurt Steger comes in with his grandkids,
and he's training those kids. He's doing great things. And Gateway, they come in sometimes during the day, but
mostly during the day, it's empty. So.
It's empty. Yeah.
Well, ladies, we appreciate you guys coming and talking with us.
Okay, thank you for having us.
We learned a lot.
A whole lot.
Well, I hope we didn't run off your listeners.
No. This is great information. And I was going to say, is there any last comments that you may want to make towards the community, maybe trying to get involved or coming to visit? Just kind of this open last statement for you guys.
I think you just hit us up on Facebook if you would like to have a program at Dubois. We get them all every day, all day long, if they want parties or whatever. And we just want to thank our community for using Dubois. That helps us out a lot as far as paying the bills.
Right.
We just want to thank everybody that uses it. Right?
Yeah, me too. I just want to thank for the support of the community. And just when you see things in the paper or you see things on Facebook, just come and bring your young people. Just bring them. And so this is what we're all about. We just like the Arts Center. We are a community center for all the people.
For all the people.
All the people.
All the people all the time.
Yeah, there you go. All the time.
All the time. That's right.
All the time. That's good.
All right, everybody, we thank you for watching our show with community impactors Valerie Scott and Taunya Jones.
Yes.
And be sure that whatever you're doing out there, be out there winning.
Thank you.